Hello, my friends. I would like to begin today's lesson by opening in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this wonderful day, and please be with me, Lord, today as I teach these important Bible lessons, and help us apply these lessons to our everyday lives in service to you, Lord. This I pray today in Jesus' name. Amen. As I remind you each week, my friends, this verse that comes from 2 Timothy 3, verse 16. The Bible is useful for teaching us how to live. Again, that's 2 Timothy 3:16. The Bible is useful for teaching us how to live. Many Bible stories give us important examples of lessons that Jesus wants us to learn. This is the month of December. And for all the month of December, we've had a theme, and that theme is that God sent Jesus. So today's lesson actually takes place after the birth of Jesus. We suspect at the time this event took place, Jesus was about 2 years old. Although many people still believe, and many of the pictures we see of the Christmas story picture the wise men visiting a baby Jesus, an infant Jesus that had just been born. It actually is true that Jesus was probably about 2 years old when they visited a house in Egypt, and the wise men presented Mary, Jesus, and Joseph with special gifts. So, my friends, I have a couple of Bible verses to teach you, but I also want to direct you to this board behind me. And so these are all the life points for the month of December. So we're on the fourth Sunday in December. And our life point today is people knew that Jesus was God's son. So again, people knew Jesus was God's son. And the people in this case were men that were called wise men or kings that came from a faraway place. So now I have a couple of Bible verses to teach you. Actually, I just have this one verse because it's both our unit verse and our weekly verse from Matthew 2, verse 1. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Matthew 2, verse 1. Jesus was born in Bethlehem. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture. This is a picture of a man presenting some gifts. This is Mary, and you can see that this young child that's next to Mary, not an infant, but a child who appears to be about 2 years old, which is what we believe is the age of Jesus at the time the wise men came. Now, another thing is a lot of people believe that there were 3 wise men. However, we do not know exactly how many there were. We just know that there was more than one. So there could have been 2, or there could have been a whole lot of them. We don't know exactly how many. But what we do know is we know about the gifts that they brought. And we know a few other things about how they were able to find the house where Jesus was. So before I go any further, I'm going to turn in my Bible. And I'm going to turn to the 2nd chapter of the book of Matthew. And the name of the story is Wise Men Worshipped Jesus. In a place far away from Bethlehem, wise men were watching the stars. The men saw a special star that was shining brightly. The special star meant that God's son had been born. They wanted to see the special child and to give him gifts. The wise men followed the star a long way. When they came to Jerusalem, and Jerusalem, my friends, is a large city, they asked about the special baby. King Herod, who was the king of Jerusalem, was not happy to hear about Jesus being born. The prophets had wrote about this a long time ago, that a special baby would be born in Bethlehem. King Herod told the wise men to go to Bethlehem. He told them to let him know when they found the baby boy. King Herod said he wanted to see Jesus as well. The wise men followed the star to the house where Jesus and his family were. They bowed down and they thanked God for sending Jesus. The wise men gave Jesus gifts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. In a dream, God told the wise men not to go back to Jerusalem to see Herod. Instead, he told them to go back home by another route. Okay, so that's our story today, my friends. Wise men worshipped Jesus. So I hope you're paying attention because I have a few questions for you. What did the wise men see in the sky? What they saw was a very bright star. What did the sight of this star mean to the wise men? They knew that the star meant that God's Son had been born. When the wise men stopped in the city of Jerusalem, who did they go to see? Well, my friends, they went to see King Herod because King Herod was in charge of all the land. And they thought that King Herod would know all about the special baby and where they could find him. Now, where did the king tell the wise men to go to find Jesus? The answer to that question, my friends, is the King Herod told the wise men to go to Bethlehem. What were the gifts that the wise men gave to Jesus when they found him? Well, my friends, we know that there were 3 gifts. One was gold, which at the time was used for money, the way you and I would use dollar bills and coins like quarters and pennies. So gold, money. The other thing was frankincense, and incense is like a special scented thing, like a spice. So oftentimes we think of it like a candle. That was another gift. And myrrh. Myrrh was like a perfume, but it could also be used like a medicine, a special. So there were 3 special gifts, all that were very valuable, that they gave to the family of Jesus. Now, did God want the wise men to go back and to talk to Herod again? The answer, my friends, is no. God did not want them to go back to Herod because they knew that Herod did not like that Jesus was born. So instead, as they were sleeping and dreaming, God appeared to them in a dream and told them not to go back to Herod, but to go back to their hometown another way. So, my friends, that's the story of the wise men's visit to see baby Jesus. Now I have some activities to show you to remind you of today's story. This, my friends, is an ornament that you can make for your tree. But this ornament is in the shape of a star. Why do you think I picked an ornament in the shape of a star for this lesson? Because it was the star in the sky. We call it the Star of Bethlehem, a very bright star that was shining the day that Jesus was born. And it stayed in the sky for a long time, and because it was there, the wise men followed it from their faraway place. The words on this say, "Little baby, so fragile and small, being unto us a king of all." Okay, so an ornament is one thing you can make. Another ornament I'm going to give you is made out of some craft sticks that I have in the shape of a star. And you can take these craft sticks and decorate them, and then we'll tie a string around them, and everybody can have their own special star with whatever colors or things you want to decorate them with, like maybe stickers or things like that. So that could be another fun activity. Now, when we look up in the sky at night, sometimes we use telescopes, or perhaps you might even want to use things like binoculars. These, my friends, are special binoculars. They're binoculars that you can make, but they have a special words on them, and it says, wise men still seek him. like the wise men in our story, and it says, "You will seek me and you will find me when you seek me with all your heart," a verse from Jeremiah. And so you can color these, and then you'll have a special pair of binoculars to take home to remind you of the men that followed that bright star. And finally, I have something else you can color or write on. And this is just a little piece of cardboard, but it's in the shape of a gift, and it says, "My gift to Jesus is," and you can write on this whatever you want. My gift to Jesus is to pray every day. My gift to Jesus is to go to church every Sunday. My gift to Jesus is to be kind to others. So you decide what you want your special gift to Jesus to be, and you can write it or have your teacher write it on your ornament, and you can color it and then hang it on the tree. What else? Well, my friends, we talked about the wise men's gifts, so I want to show you something. I've brought this to class before, to those of you who've been to my classes. This is a special box. It's got a picture of 3 men on camels, and when you open it up, it's got some special things inside. So one of the things it has inside is this it looks like a rock, and inside it's got pieces of gold in it. I've got something else. This is called frankincense. It smells nice. It's something scented. And I also have a candle that smells like frankincense, so you can smell that. And myrrh, which is another type of like a perfume, or also could be used as a medicine. So these are things that could be, we'll show in class to remind us of the special gifts that Jesus got. And we might even make our own gifts. I might give you some chocolate coins in the shape of, it's chocolate, but it's in the shape of a coin. And perhaps some scented candles, and maybe some candy or something that's scented, smells like cinnamon or nutmeg, or even maybe a little container of perfume. And you can make your own gift to remind you of the gifts that the wise men gave, and that could be a fun activity. We can also smell spices. So I might put some nutmeg or cinnamon on a cloth or a cotton ball, and just let you smell the spices, because spices, my friends, were very valuable in the time of Jesus. Okay, so now, friends, I have a song to teach you. The song is to the tune, "Are You Sleeping?" And it goes like this. Who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? He's God's Son. He's God's Son. God loved us so much, He sent Jesus to save us. Jesus Christ, God's own Son. Who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? He's God's Son. He's God's Son. God loved us so much, He sent Jesus to save us. Jesus Christ, God's own Son. Well, friends, I hope that you enjoyed today's lesson. A lesson about wise men traveling far away to see, because they saw a special star in the sky and they knew this was the sign that God's Son was born. And my friends, their journey took a long time for them to get where Jesus was. So we know that at the time when they arrived, Jesus was not an infant, but a boy of about 2 years old. So in this busy Christmas season, let us take time to reflect on this special event that has happened thousands of years ago, and remember the true meaning of Christmas is Jesus, the birth of Jesus. Jesus is the reason for the season. My friends, I hope you have a blessed day. Goodbye for now.